Welcome to the Make Movies Great Again Movie Club. Like that?
I like that a lot.
Movie Club. This week we're talking about The Houses October Built. And next week we'll be talking about The Addams Family. So, The Addams Family movie. So, check that out. It's on Netflix. Watch it. We're going to reminisce. We've seen it. We've all seen it multiple times. We love that movie. We're just talking about it because it's Halloween and we want to watch a traditional Halloween movie. So, that is the movie we are watching. This week, however, not so traditional of a Halloween movie, but very adequate for the theme nonetheless. So, let's go around the table here. Sean, first impressions of The Houses October Built.
I like the title.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Is that it?
The title was good.
Is that where it begins and ends for you for what you liked?
That's where it begins and ends for me.
Adam, what about you?
I liked the idea of the plot.
Yep.
I liked that they were going around. I liked the idea that there is such a thing as an extreme haunt.
Yeah, like that thing they were looking for, the blue skull.
And it's not easy to find.
Yeah.
What about you?
So, I had a few thoughts. I really like found footage movies, and how I judge a found footage movie is like how believable is that I just found this footage, because found footage. I found this footage and I'm like popping it in or I'm looking through. This really had an authentic I found this box of tapes. And I just started by one, by the order they were filmed. I'm looking through it and fast forwarding it some parts, and you know what I mean, stopping and actually looking through this person's Halloween road trip. So it had that feeling to it. I thought everything seemed very authentic. It seemed like they did a lot of guerrilla shooting, where they just got to a location and they just shot. And everything that they saw was real because it was actually real.
There was one scene where they're no cameras, and I kind of believe that was kind of real.
Yeah, absolutely.
But,
yeah. Because it's tough. I feel like for this movie, it would have been tough to go out to places and get everybody
on board.
On the same page. Yeah, exactly. I'm sure that some of the haunts they went to, they were ahead of time. They were we're going to film an hour before you guys open. Can we run through the haunt with our cameras? And just get natural reactions. You guys just do your thing, but one person will have a camera. Mm-hmm. And they did it that way. One of the things I didn't like about it was there was a lot of parts where it just left things wide open, but not in a good way. Like a lot of times when those weird fucking people would just show up and confront them.
Yeah.
And then they would be talking to them, and then the camera would just cut, and it would be the next day, and they'd be on the road.
That's right. It was very choppy,
yeah.
And I get that. That makes it legitimate found footage type thing. It wasn't put together to tell a storyline.
Yeah.
But for me, I was just losing interest.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
It didn't. I guess I didn't really lose. I lost interest at some parts, but for the whole thing, I knew that they were as soon as you saw the little girl that had the fucking freaky mask, the white mask with the spotty hair.
Yeah.
That mask was scary.
Right. As soon as you saw her at the second haunt, I think it was.
The second one, yeah.
I knew that shit's gonna start getting ramped up as they go, and they have that nice little, that trope, the countdown, till days till Halloween. And
right.
It's you know things are gonna start getting ramped up, and you're gonna start meeting some fucked up people. There was a lot of it's tough because it's such a unique situation. I wouldn't consider this good acting like Daniel Day-Lewis's good acting, but I would consider some of it very good acting in the fact that it seemed real. It seemed semi-real, you know what I mean? Some of the things it's just if your friend's filming on a camera or whatnot.
Yeah.
Let me see what else. Oh, one of the weirdest parts was that fucking weird semi quasi sex tape that Mike, the kid with the beard, right, was his name Mike?
Yeah.
Was making with that other performer.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. That was kind of weird. I didn't know where that was going.
Yeah.
And then that guy confronted him. Apparently, it was his sister or whatever. I don't know. And that's the other thing. Too, then that just ended. And then they eventually get to Louisiana and they're...
Which, as you said in the beginning, I think it kind of builds on the found footage thing. But
yeah. So I'm sorry, we're kind of hopping around here, but for those of you who haven't seen this, these 5 friends, they're trying to find the most extreme haunted houses in America, and they catch wind of this one called the Blue Skull is the way you find out where it is or whatever, and it's they tie you up, they do all this fucked up shit to you. Those fucking final scenes of all the characters being
buried.
buried and shit. The scene where what was the girl's name? Fuck. Brandy, the only girl. You see a scene where she gets put in the trunk of a car, which is actually the opening of the movie. Which I think they could have not done that. I think they could have just.
Yeah, I didn't think that was necessary.
This is like this is like the scene from Rick and Morty when Morty's listening to the tale. It's like, don't start a movie where it gets interesting. Start it where it begins.
Yeah.
So it's like you didn't need that. Oh yeah, so Brandy is in. She gets put in the trunk of a car, and you can tell she's kind of like. She's like drugged or something because she's not like realizing where she's at.
Eyes are open,
right?
But she's not really.
Yeah. So, but then she's laying in a coffin, right? And there's this camera, and what you think is just a camera on its side, laying next to the ground, like someone was like throwing her in there, and they just put the camera down, and it was still rolling. But then you realize it's a fucking camera attached to the door of the coffin, like the top, the lid, and it fucking comes around, and then you follow the camera, and then it stops right in front of her face. And I thought that was one of the most brilliant pieces of like storytelling through the camera, found footage style, that this movie did. I thought that was awesome because it seemed like the camera was just laying there, and then they go to shut the coffin door, and it's like follows it, and she's just like fucking stuck on the ground.
It was a good little thing.
That was fucking crazy. Yeah. That's horrifying.
Hey, Matt, I didn't think the acting was particularly good. I thought like the exchanges and the back and forth.
Yeah.
You could tell that they were all friends, but I could also I don't know. I didn't think it was very good. I texted Deshaun. I was like, I was having trouble getting through it.
Oh, I see. I guess I didn't have trouble getting through it, and I didn't have trouble with the acting. I don't know.
A lot of it was just, fucking noise. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, for me, it was like the scary parts were just like footage of going through a haunted house. And it was just like, okay.
I did like the real interviews sprinkled throughout.
Yeah. Well, what we think are real.
Like the real horror stories of people actually dying at these haunted houses and how people go all out and how, some people who work at these places, this is their lives.
Yeah.
This is what they're all about. So I did enjoy those.
Yeah. And I think another reason why I thought the acting was particularly good was I think it's a mix of like how you handle the camera in these types of movies, because you're not setting up like a two shot. It's not a close up, it's not a pan, it's not a zoom, it's someone holding a hand camera, but you still have to accomplish all the same things but with like a sloppily camera. Like you have to have to catch things out of the corner. You have to make sure the natural lighting, because they're just using like lights in their RV, natural lighting in the scenario. They're not setting up lights. Like these are just like, you have to be able to see everything. In some parts, some things were lost because it was so dark, and maybe add to the ambiance and like the scare factor of it. But there's like, you have to really, I'm sure they went through a lot of those scenes and like practice like where the camera's going to be at what time. And they had to look at it and go back. I don't know. I think they did a pretty good job.
I think that's a really good point, but I think the camera does something like in modern cinema. The camera does the camera positioning. Yeah. Positioning does so much for the mood. Yeah. That when you don't have that, it kind of hurts the acting. Okay. Like when you don't have reverse shot.
Yes. Yeah.
Of us talking, there are very visceral moods that a cinematographer and a director can, bring about. Yeah. But with handheld, it's very two-dimensional.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're absolutely right.
You're either talking at the camera, or the camera's just maybe going between a conversation.
Yeah. And maybe I was like more looking for like to be scared, maybe not truly paying attention to the acting. Maybe if I went back and looked at it and actually just paid attention to the acting of the actors, maybe I'd have a different feeling on it. But I think that the whole movie kind of like was exactly what I expected. I think this is one of those times where like I saw the trailer to this movie. I maybe peeked at the rating and see like, because you see it on Netflix. Yeah. And I think it fell exactly into the category where I thought it was going to be. Yeah. So that, I don't know. Do you have anything? You guys have anything else you want to add?
I like the title.
Yeah, actually.
Yeah, title's cool.
So, what?
What?
Sorry, you said you liked the title.
I like the title. Yeah. Big fan of the title. Clever title.
So there's a Houses October Built 2, which I won't be seeing.
It's right now it's traveling through film festivals right now. The short film that I shot with Mark and Joe last year, Red Friday, Shout out to Red Friday and 401 Films. We are playing in the... Where were you just for your wedding? For your cousin's wedding?
Outer Banks.
The Outer Banks Halloween Film Festival is this weekend.
Really?
And we're playing at that.
Wow.
And supposedly they're doing a secret screening of The Houses October Built 2 at this place.
Outer Banks is awesome.
Yeah. So, anyway, what were you saying?
It's the same cast.
Yeah, so I mean, I assume they're going to continue on.
So
I was under the impression that at the end of the movie they all died.
No, that was a part of the...
Yeah, because it's the haunt. I don't think they were actually killing them. I think it was just part of the haunt. I think now you're going to find out how real it really is.
But yeah, I guess, but they don't unbury them.
Yeah,
No.
I hear you.
Yeah.
It's left
Didn't
up
they
to...
cut out one of their tongues?
I don't remember that.
No?
I don't know. What was that?
The guy that was carrying the camera, and he thought he saw another guy on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. And
down the alley. They cut out his tongue? I guess I couldn't tell that.
I thought they did.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I know it sounded like they were stabbing him, but...
Yeah, one of the kidnappers said something along the lines of, cut out his tongue or something.
Oh, Jesus.
And
maybe.
at the end, they showed the girl and 3 guys. They didn't show 4 guys in coffins.
Yes. Yeah. I did notice that. So, yeah, the cameraman, the original cameraman from Bourbon Street was gone.
So, I was led to believe that they didn't make it, but the synopsis for the second one is recovering from the trauma of being kidnapped last Halloween by an extreme haunt group.
Well,
Yeah.
All right, then.
So maybe that cameraman they didn't show in the coffins, maybe he digs everybody up at the beginning of this one, like has to find them and like dig them up.
Maybe.
Yeah. Could be real fucked up. I'm going to watch it. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm invested now.
Let me know.
Well,
I will.
Let us know.
I will let you guys know. So let's go around the table. Sean, what'd you give this?
Thumbs down.
What'd you give it, Adam?
Thumbs down for me also.
Thumbs up for me. Thumbs up for the Houses October Built. Thumbs up. Really liked it. So yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Next week, Adam's Family. Watch it. Join us. Please call in 401-285-8120. We want to hear what your favorite parts are from the Adams Family. Guys, let's remind ourselves to tweet and text Derek because Derek loves the Adams Family.
Oh, yeah, he'll definitely join the call for that, too.
And either he can join the call or he can just come in and talk with us. I have an extra microphone. Get him in here to talk about the Adams Family. So let's do that, and let's make sure we let everybody know on Twitter to call in for this one because this is an easy one. Everybody's seen this movie. All right, and that's going to do it for the Make Movies Great Again Movie Club. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And we'll see everybody. We'll talk to everybody next week.
Later.
Adios.